dum da 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 bum da da dum ba dum bum 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 ba da 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 la 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 bum ba da da bum 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 ba da dum bum ay da 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 la la ay da 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 la la ay da 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 la 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 ah la 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 ah la 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 ay da da la 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 ay la 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 bum ba da bum 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 hey dum bum 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 ba da dum bum bum ba da bum 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 ba da dum bum bum ay la 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 ay la 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 ah da da la 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 ah da da ay da da la 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 ah da da ay ba-dum bum ba-da-dum bum. Okay, Tov, please open up to page 38. And today we're going to Bezrat Hashem finish Ot Tetvav, which is one that we've been on. It's a very long one. And we've been on it for a while. So Ot Tetvav has taken us on a very long journey of sincerity and authenticity. Not like this whole Sefer really has. But specifically this Ot has been, I have a short shir today, but we're going to try to really finish this paragraph. Continuing from what we began last year, when the Rebbe was speaking about all the different miniyot, all the different preventions, those things, those stumbling blocks that are placed before the man that wants to be real. And Be'ezrat Hashem, we could all put ourselves in the category of wanting to be real, and the inevitable category of that stumbling blocks are also in our lives as well. And to not freak out from it, and to realize, and this is mamish, pashat, pshat, cliff, that every stumbling block is an opportunity. Every single one of them is an opportunity. To become the type of yid that the Piaset, that the Rabbi, that the Ish Kodesh Chesed Ganalenu is speaking to us over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start reading from the top of the page, just to refresh our memory. The first few lines is what we did last week. And then from the point that we stopped, I'll then make a note and you'll see we're going to continue from there. There are a lot of preventions preventing man from becoming someone who's tamim. And we've been, based on Yaakov David Shalman's translation, tamim here means wholehearted. That's the word we've been using in the shir, wholehearted, veretzini, and serious. Lemashal yesh min anivut meruma. That was, we said, false humility. שהאיש בטל לפני העולם בנימוסיו, מעריך ומוקיר הרבה את נימוסי העולם ודעות בני האדם. Man is so obsessed with being politically correct, עד שהוא קורע כולו לפניהם, that he, even despite what he thinks might be emes, he sees a certain mannerism in the world, and he thinks, in the name of Anava, I have to bow myself and mevatel myself before the manners of the world, and we spoke about this last week. ודעות בני האדם עד שהוא קורע כולו לפניהם, and when he learns of people's opinions and thoughts וכולי, and man מזמבת himself before him. וכל עצמות ליבו ונפשו בטלים ונמסים ואינם באים כלל לידי התגלות. What happens in a situation like this? The עצמות, the essence of a person's soul and heart, are all nullified and melt away and do not come to a state of revelation when man chooses to live like this, being so well-mannered. וכל כך מנומס הוא מנימוסי העולם, man is so mannered in the mannerisms of the world, עד שנאבד ממנו כל החוש לדעת מה טוב ומה רע, until he completely loses his sense anymore of what's good or what's bad. Because the mannerisms of the world have become to him his Torah Sheba'al Peh. Not Torah Sheba'al Peh, his Torah Shebichsav. It's become everything in the world to him. וכל הטוב והרע הוא מודד רק במידת העולם, מה שטוב בעיני העולם טובו. ואם יגנו בני האדם קדמה רע אצלו. His definition of what's considered something that's good or what's considered something that's bad has nothing to do with what he thinks about the issue. And we see, it's incredible in today's sick world of the abuse of social media, how people's perceptions of good and bad have very little to do with what they really think is good or bad. It's just trends. It's a world of trends. Mamish, people are falling or rising just based on what else is happening in the world. Now look what he says here. We're continuing from this word Adrabah. Adrabah. The Rebbe says like this. What do we want you to do? To become a wholehearted person. To become someone who doesn't fall into this garbage. Mamish, the whole world's falling into this trap. It's unbelievable. It's so freaky. It's unbelievable. The Rebbe says like this. Adrabah. Tetzayer b'da'atcha ilu ata hayita ata yichidi ba'olam. Imagine right now for 1 second, he's going through power of visualization, which we've tapped into quite often. The Rebbe says, imagine that you're the only person in the world right now. B'chol ma'asecha, lo l'shum ish, ve'lo l'shum pniya tiyena. All your actions they don't have any, how would you say here, no ulterior motive, no agenda, thank you. Garnished. It is right. It's just refined, refined. There's no, like we said, le'agel pinot. How did we say that? Cutting edges, cutting corners. Doesn't exist. Obviously, you're not going to mevatel yourself before the world because there's no one else here. So who are you? You are the world. Yeah.
You're being politically correct for what? For yourself.
Right. No one's politically correct for them as well. Could you be politically correct for yourself?
No, you're doing it because you worry about how you make other people think and feel.
When it becomes you.
That's, I think, the whole definition of it.
Right. That's pretty deep. Chukot v'nimusei u'shtotei ha'olam. There's no, there's no, I keep on saying PC, but it's more than that. It's even, there's no...
outside influence. Right?
Yeah, there's nothing. It's just you. B'chol ma'asecha, and your actions are basically, hem rak lifroa chovcha she'alecha la'asot. Your actions are basically simply you paying your debt of what you're supposed to do in this world. Va'afilu k'shta metiv lezulatcha, even when you're nice and do good things for your friends, hakol kedei lifroa chovcha. Don't think you're such a tzaddik. That's what you're supposed to be doing. It's called priat chov. What's the right word translation for that?
Indebtedness.
No, removing the indebtedness. Right. Paying up, right.
But one is like, if you're just alone in the world, it's just you and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you enter into that space. And it's like, well, thank you Hashem for choosing me. I'm alone in the world, you made me alive, that's amazing. But then from that, it's like, well, now I feel indebted. I gotta do something.
Right.
Meaning, yeah. So I think here it's like touching, if you keep on thinking about that, eventually you have like a chovah to Hashem to like say, I don't care what other people do, what am I supposed to do?
Nachon.
It's like empowering.
Nachon. He says, don't think that we're amazing, like, because the world is the way they are. So when we do someone a favor, we actually start thinking that we're like mamish, like really special. Now, we should always feel like we're special. We should always feel like we're good, but that should have nothing to do. See,
like getting stuck.
Right. Like
get stuck and you feel like you're this big stuff.
Right. I made $1 million.
You're supposed to.
I'm gonna give that shul $100,000. Well, guess what? That's basically exactly what you're supposed to do. Tzaddik, I don't know, I didn't watch that dirty movie. What? Okay, yeah. Okay, what are you gonna?
I don't know if it's a challenge for you. Patting yourself on the back and it's a little empowering. It can't hurt, right?
This is different.
The point is that tzedakah is not in the Shon Chesed; it's in the Shon Tzedek.
No. But I hear what you're saying.
But if someone struggles
I hear
with
what
giving
you're saying.
tzedakah, which is the right thing to do, you can't feel good about it.
And here he's feeling the way to like you're the only person.
I think
like,
that earlier he addressed this. We were saying in the beginning, if you need to go through a process of pulling yourself up,
then do it.
You're saying kikach no sarta.
But to me, tamim, like wholehearted.
He's talking endgame.
He's talking like really the whole shebang here, like the real.
The context, right?
What's that?
What's given the context of the oath? The context here is how are you able to be megale your
soul?
Nefesh?
Yeah.
And the only way to megale your nefesh is to be moved. Otherwise, you're going to lose it. So maybe it's like that if you pat yourself on the back too much, you're going to lose you to be moved because you don't realize, that was me.
Very good.
My soul. Or maybe if I do it because now that I've given the shul $100, the teachers will give better respect to my kids and they'll like show them preference. There again, it's all about your. Here is just about this is your nefesh. This is how you express it through tzmimut, and the only way to do that is to cut back on the nimusei olam, to forget about those and forget about what anybody's going to think about you at any point in time. Just do what is right for you right now.
Right, your soul. That's very good. The point of this ot is gilui halev v'hanefesh, the revelation of your soul. It might help you get to a place that your soul is revealed, but patting on the back is not revealing who you. It's not revealing your nefesh, and that's the definition probably of living a life of tmimut, shlemut, and retziniut. Right. So I guess the guy makes $1 million. He gives $100,000. So, it's huge, it's amazing. And then when he gives $10 after that, that maybe is the beginning of the Gilui HaNefesh. You say, what do you mean, $10? Well, because the 100,000 it's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. It's this day. The $10 might be 10 as opposed, in comparison to 100,000, but how the way your soul is revealed in that extra, that's why the Gemara says, when a person goes over something 100 times, it's incomparable to that 101th first time. Because that's already me'alateva, that's where the gilui of the lev and the nefesh begins. So when you're being a mensch, you could pat yourself on the back if that's what you need to get going, right? But that's not the end game here. It's not even the beginning of the game. It's prep, it's mavo.
It's crazy, he didn't even mention it's
No, hasn't touched it yet. He's saying over here, it seems, when you just, do something good to somebody, you're just a nice person. Let's go back. Look what he says. You're paying your debt. You're indebted to be good to your friend. Most people don't live, by the way, with that default. The default, usually by most people, is leave me alone and I'll leave you alone, Here he's saying, no, the default is you came into this world, you were given life. You were given life. So like you were saying, the fact that you were given life means there's a bill. What's that bill to pay? Just be a mensch. Be good. Don't pat yourself up. I'll tell you what is Ari. You were given 50 grand, right? So, but the fact that you start giving some money to somebody else, should that be you were just given? You didn't earn it. Did we earn life? Life was given to us. The wholehearted Yid views life as a matana. And when you view life as a matana, as a gift, you're busy paying bills. Not the way Yossi, like you usually reference it. You usually reference the paying the debt as opposed in the context of I'm paying for my sins. Correct? I'm paying for being a bad boy. Not
I'm paying for not living up to my potential. I'm paying for not being who I was supposed to be. I mean, look at it any way you want.
Well, no, but this is different.
You're going to pay.
But what's this context of paying? This is a little bit different. This is saying
gratitude.
It's a karasa tov paying. It's not. I'm not looking at saying how bad I was and saying I have to, or how good I could have been. It's just looking at life and being like a yid is not
the natural NS way.
Right. It's not right. Usually we look at priyat chov as chov hitztaber, which means a debt has been accumulated and now I pay it off. It's not what doesn't seem like what he's saying, right?
I don't think so.
No, he's saying something complete. It's a chiddush. It's really a chiddush. He's saying no, just life. There's chov on just being given life.
Can we go back to the example you always bring? Like if you have a chidush and you don't share it, it's mamash gineva.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Right, you have, bro. You have chovos, man. Yeah. You have chovos. You have chovos. And it's our chov, the fact that we're not really pushing him to do it. It's all on us as well. No pressure, Eli. ואוקיי, ואפילו כשאתה מטיב לזולתך גם כן הכל כדי לפרוע חובך, שחוב עליך להיטיב עם חברך, לא לשם כוונה ותכלית חוץ ממך. There's no other inyanim going on right now, other than just you. מין דחיפה פנימית יש שדוחה אותך ואומרת, כך אתה מצווה, וכן אתה צריך לעשות. Really, a wholehearted person, he is in touch with the voice that says, this is what you're supposed to do, and this is what you need to do. Rav Weinberger was recently asked on a radio interview, what's the best eitzah for someone who really wants to connect to Emunah? So you think, he's going to bring some kind of a deep Reb Nachman text or something. He said, it's really what the Baal Chovas Alavava says, that when you wake up in the morning and you'd say a bracha, you say, okay, I'm about to say a bracha because this is what you want, Hashem. And then say the bracha. Or you're about to do a mitzvah and say, this is what you want, Hashem. And actually, that's what the Baal Chovas Alavava says. That's how when you verbalize it, it might sound so shallow, right? Because that's like not as deep as all the other stuff we're connected to. It's the biggest game changer. When you walk around doing what you're going to do anyway, but bringing the consciousness and awareness that you're doing it because this is what Hashem wants, then it feels good that you're doing what Hashem wants, but you don't start going under false pretend notions that you're a tzaddik.
No, we're all trying to share all Ratzon Hashem. That's the whole objective.
But it's about the Ratzon Hashem. It's not about me becoming anything bigger than I am. Yeah.
There's something interesting. There's a difference between doing something out of a sense of guilt or peer pressure and doing something out of a sense of obligation or like almost destiny. It's inspiration. It's like, it's not what other people are expecting of me. This is what I expect of myself because I have to do this. I have an internal compulsion to pay this debt. Right? If I really get up and I realize, we all do it sort of naturally. When something really amazing happens, we want to share it with somebody. Right? We don't think about it as a debt. But when you're completely overwhelmed with something good that happens to you, you're almost forced to say, I have to give back, or I have to spread this.
Elliot, I would even say that here it's like saying, if you do things that's going to cover your neshama, that's going to cover your neshama, don't be armumi, don't do like this. This is, when you actually reveal your neshama, what are you going to feel? You're going to feel like you were having a indebtedness to HaKadosh Baruch Hu for being alive. Like that's what the neshama is going to want to go out and do.
Which is so beautiful.
That's the natural state of the neshama.
Which is gorgeous. Which is just, that's beauty. That's just, Reb Shlomo has a term from Reb Nachman where he says, when a person does something beautiful, so when they don't let somebody else know about it, and it stays inside of them, it makes them actually beautiful. There's a certain hadar, there's like a ziv in the person, right? But what happens to us usually when we do something beautiful, we can't wait to let someone else know that we did something beautiful. Mamish. Right? So now, what happens when you post it on Facebook? So if someone says, it's like you threw it up out of you, and now it's gone. And it stops making you beautiful. So that's why...
But it also inspires other people to do stuff.
See? We go there so fast. Huh?
Fundraiser.
Right.
It inspires other people.
You know what? Let's do like this.
Facebook account.
Right. So easy for you to say that.
Coming from the Canadian.
You go on Facebook today and start posting the beautiful things you've done with your children. Let's see how you feel after a week. Okay? The mitzvahs you've done. See, brother other side comes to us always and tells us that's your default. But it's so easy to get lost in there, and at a certain point, there's nothing that nobody knows. I think I'm a tzaddik based on every time someone presses like. That cannot be leading to any place of wholeheartedness. En sikui. Unless you really have someone that's running your Facebook page and you're not aware of what it's doing in the world. That maybe. I don't know anyone like that. I know a lot of artists that say, "Oh, that's my manager. He put it up." I'm like, "Yeah, right. Please." Yeah, he commented also. Regards to right? Please.
Brody.
Probably.
Wrestler Visual runs his site.
Probably, yeah. He's not. I mean, musicians mainly. Like, I can't imagine a musician goes.
Right.
And okay, we can go off on a tangent. I don't want to right now. Ve'im targil et atzmecha kach tamid. If you make if this is what becomes like a hergel, this is how you. What's that? Common a good habit. As titgale libcha v'nafshecha v'retzon atzmi. What does it mean that your soul be revealed? It means that what you think is good will be revealed. And not how you've buried that place of what you think is good and what's bad. We're not talking about halacha or hashkafa. We're just talking about what your concept of what's good and what's bad will then rise up to the surface again, as opposed to where it's been buried by all the outside influences. This is cry over this time. I'm just going to just share with you. I really got lost at a certain point in life. I don't know when. Mamish, I don't know when and where. Obviously, being always in the spotlight, on whatever level it is, it's just natural that at a certain point it'll play a role in you. You know what I mean? It'll mamish play a role. And these words of and sometimes you just stop and wait a second. What do you really think is pretty? What do you really think is nice? Even the holy things that you're involved with, what do you really think is beautiful? Does that resonate?
Totally.
But you, Bichalal, had a whole trip with this Indian when you were younger. It's a very heavy thing. And then so what he's saying is that when your soul is revealed by being what did he say? Earnest, right? By living like that with this tmimus and shlemus, and not because anyone else is going to know, and not because you're doing amazing things, just because this is what you're supposed to. You're going to start to find out. You're going to start to remember what the real you finds valuable and doesn't.
Absolute authenticity.
Mamish.
So it's like what you're saying. You're speaking from exaggerating this because you're in the spotlight, and I'm sure that it's going to be 30 times harder. But if you, for a second, perceive yourself from the lens of somebody else, you've lost it. And that happens so quickly. When somebody says to you, it's enough that they say, "Wow, you did that, that's amazing," or "You did that, that's terrible."
Right.
And that's it, you're gone. Because if you flip it around, I mean, you need to be welcoming to Tochacha, or just so you get some idea. If you give into that, you're gone and you've lost it.
Is that true?
Well, you lost it, not forever.
Or even for that moment. Let's say you do an act of kindness and compassion in a hospital for a sick person, right? You're not posting on Facebook or anything, but you actually do see yourself through that person's eyes and see how much that must have meant to them. You've lost it.
I don't think that's what you're saying, though.
I'm not saying that. I'm glad you're bringing that up because we need to clarify this more, and you're helping to do that. No, I don't think that's the case. But when you see it from the other person's eyes and you're like, wow, that meant really a lot to him, and maybe that use it as motivation to go do it again, or you realize,
or just to warm your own heart.
Yeah, or the power of it did. But if you think that when that person says to you and uses these words, it's like, you're incredible, and you allow that to be like, I need to feel that dopamine, a feeling that somebody else is going to tell me I'm incredible again.
Like
when I was a kid, when I was like 18, people used to always tell me you have so much potential, and then I went to college and people stopped saying that, and it broke my heart because I didn't have the dopamine feed anymore. Like there weren't people, so I didn't know if I was on the right path or not because I didn't have that feed of you have so much potential. Wow. That's the issue here because there was no to be moved. My motivation for doing better or growing more was so somebody will come and tell me you're incredible, you have so much potential, and I think that's
that's beautiful. I mean, it's horrible, but it's beautiful. No, it's beautiful the way you the way you clarified is, I think it's much clearer now what he's saying, because he's a clown in the hospital.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's why he's thinking, like, wait a second, I go and I make people like, you know.
Because sometimes even if I'm not funny, just by looking funny and walking into the place, people start smiling and laughing.
Right.
And then when I picture myself through their eyes, it gives me chizik to be like, wow, there are people smiling and laughing. I don't even have to do anything.
Right.
Just walking out here.
But that's what we're saying here. This is Tamim. This is the high. Like, no one here is at this highest level. This is Tamim.
It's where we're heading, though. This is where we're heading.
No, but I'm saying
this is the guideline.
Examples of our personal things.
Right.
We're not at this level.
I'm not accepting what Avi's saying. I think that all of us can touch on it sometimes. Like
right. But this is
someone asked Rabbi Levine one time, "Are you one of the Lamed Vav Tzaddikim?" And Rabbi Levine said, "Sometimes."
But this isn't saying sometimes. This is saying this is where we're supposed to be.
Sometimes you can feel like just like you're actually here's something that's meaning.
He says if you make this a hergel, you will begin more and more to get a sense of to get yourself back.
Right. So I'm saying this is the top level. So
but it's approachable.
100%.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
not all day long.
And all day long that this is.
That's why you have a chabura to keep on coming back and checking in.
You're saying if you make it a habit.
If you make it a habit.
It's not all a vote. Right.
Wait, guys, I have to run to the women's shiur. I just want to finish these last 3 lines over here, okay? I'm sorry. V'hargashat chov shela b'chol davar, meaning if you make this into a habit, you'll get a sense again of you're just paying your debt. V'chol ma'asecha u'machshavotecha v'diburcha, all of your actions, all of your thoughts, all of your words, you mele'im nefesh, it'll be filled with your real you. V'kocha hamitpashet bekirbecha, and the strength of your soul, which will now be spreading itself throughout you, throughout all of you, all the faculties, the 3 main faculties of your soul, which is machshava, dibur, and maaseh. It'll start to be spreading through everywhere. Ve'omer gadel, it tells you to grow, va'aseh, and do. V'tamid tiyeh eved Hashem elokecha b'chol inyanecha. And this is the recipe. This is the Rebbe is saying here. This is the way that a person can look at life and be like, wow, I really could be an Eved Hashem in all of my avenues. And that is just, if we don't like run to the forest right now and cry over this parak, it's almost like a levatala on a certain level. Because this is who does not, this is all our tears. We all want this. We all want this. And the Rebbe gave us now a really important framework as to look at it and say, like, this is how it could be. This is how mamish could be. So, I don't know, Hashem should have a lot of compassion on our souls to attach ourselves with dveikus to the words of the tzaddik and start living this way, Hashem. All right, shakarach everyone.